All right, the next thing we're going to talk about today are, in developing a speech, are patterns, oops, missed the N there, patterns of organization. Once you have researched and gotten a lot of information about your speech, you need to have a good way of understanding it and organizing it so that you know what you're going to communicate to your audience. So we're going to talk about 3 different ways. The first way is an outline, okay? So in this one, you're going to start out with your opening, and I'm going to talk in just a little bit about some good opening and closing, and things that can be used for that. But you're going to have an opening, and then you're going to have your first point. So point number 1, okay? So the opening is going to include your main idea. Now this point is going to support that idea, okay? And then you might give some more extra info about that. And then we're going to have a second point that supports your main idea, okay? And some more info about that. And you can have a lot of different points, however many you need to communicate your idea. And then you will have your closing. Now in your closing, you're going to restate your main idea, okay? So you can kind of see it's the Roman numeral 1, A1, B1, Roman numeral 2, all right? And as I said, you can have more of these in between, but this is one way of organizing a speech. Now my favorite way of organizing my speeches is called a flow chart. Now in this method, you're going to have, let's have your opening, we're going to put that here, and then you're going to have over here point number 1, that's going to connect there. We're going to have point number 2, and then let's say for this speech we have 3 points that support our main idea, okay? And in this, we may have some extra information. So some little info around here. And you can have as much as you need to communicate your point clearly. So I'm gonna do some little squares around those. And they're touching the box so that I know that's part of that thought. But then, down here, I'll have my closing. But all of these, I know, need to connect to that. So this is the way my brain works. I like to have boxes and circles and I can fill them in with that information. Some people prefer to have the lines down. And then there's another method that tends to be very specific, for the most part, to biographical speeches. And that one, oops, here we go, let me get this erased so I have enough room. For that one, it is called a timeline. Now for this, as I said, the reason why it works really well for biographical speeches is because it goes in chronological order. So in the order of time. So we're going to start over here with our opening, which includes our main idea. And we're going to go all the way over there, and we know we want to get to our closing. There we go. Okay, so then we have this in between, but we're going to go in order of time. All right, so we're going to have point 1, point 2, and point 3. Now this works very well for a biographical speech because typically you're going to start out with birth, things that the person did or things that happened to them, and then their death or the present time if they're still alive. But then you can have little ones here with extra info about this point. A little extra info about that one. And this one only has one because there's not. There we go. All right, so you can see it looks like a timeline. And this is a good way of organizing your information if you're doing a biographical speech. So those are the three types: outline, flowchart, and timeline.